Today we are going to talk about this child policy planner. There are many child policies in the market, and what they do is they secure your child education if you survive or you die in both the cases. Now, those policies are little complex and they are not the best thing you can do for your child. With this tool, we'll see how you can plan for your child future education. So for this, if you see on the left hand side, there are 6 parameters which you need to fill. And once you fill that, on the right hand side, you will get 2 steps. We'll look at that in some time. So let us first see the left hand side, what all you need to fill. So the first thing is, how much money should your family get in case you die? Now this is a little bit of your insurance planning also, because if you are not there, they should get some big lump sum. Otherwise, everything will be in problem. Now let us say I put 1 crore here, just as an example. And after that, the second thing you have to fill is, what is the regular yearly expense for your child education? If a child is say 1 year old or 2 year old, or if the child is due, even then you have some figure in mind that 50,000 rupees or 75,000 rupees or 1 lakh rupees yearly will be required for his schooling expenses. Now you can put that amount here. I am putting 50,000 rupees as an example. So this is the amount required every year. Now the next thing I'll put is, for how many years do I want this regular money? Now you should plan till the child 12th standard or till his graduation. So for example, I am putting 20 years here. So from this date, for next 20 years, I need a regular income of 50,000 rupees every year, and that will also increase by inflation. So next year it will be a much higher amount as per inflation. Now the next thing is, what is the inflation you are assuming? There's a drop down here, so you can just pick some number, let us say 8%, and even here for how many years, there is a drop down, so you can choose the number here. Now after choosing inflation, you also choose the return. What is the kind of return you want to assume on your investment? So if you feel that the money will be kept in a fixed deposit, you can choose 8%. If you feel it will be something else, you can choose a percentage as per that investment. So it can be 10%, it can be 12%. So I'll be choosing 10% here. And then the final thing is, how much money do you want to accumulate in future for your child higher education, that is post graduation? That will be a big lump sum amount. Now this is the future number. So after 20 years, let us say you want 40 lakh rupees to be accumulated. So I'll put 40 lakh rupees, 40 and 5 zeros. Yeah. So 40 lakh rupees. Now, once you fill all these 6 numbers, you then move to the right hand side, and there you can see step 1 and step 2. So step 1 says you should take a term plan for 1 crore 13 lakh rupees approx. Now for you, this number will be a little different. And then after that, step 2 is, you will have to invest 63,489 rupees yearly, apart from the premium you are paying for this term insurance. So these are the 2 steps you need to take, and if you complete these 2 steps, your child policy is created. Now let us see how it happens. If you look at the step 1, you will take a term plan for 1 crore 13 lakh rupees. Now this will help your family in case you die. And how will that happen? Let's see this. Out of this whole term plan, your family will get 1 crore 13 lakh rupees as a lump sum. Now how will they utilize this 1 crore 13 lakh rupees? Out of that big sum, 88% amount, which is this blue thing, and which equals 1 crore rupees, which you had filled earlier, that they will get as a big lump sum amount, which you had defined earlier. Then the rest 13,62,000 rupees will be remaining. Out of that, 5% amount, which equals to 5,94,000 rupees, that can be invested for next 20 years in a fixed deposit or anything which gives the return which you had assumed. And what will happen is, that will accumulate the money for his higher education, and that will be this 40 lakh rupees. So this 5,94,000 rupees will grow in 20 years and it will become 40 lakh rupees. So your son or daughter, he or she will have this 40 lakh rupees at the end of 20 years. And then 7,67,000 rupees which is left can be invested in a investment, let's say a fixed deposit which gives 10% because you have defined it here, and you choose a yearly interest option, and that will start generating this 50,000 rupees per year, and you can start withdrawing an increased amount each year as per inflation, and after 20 years that amount will just vanish. So this is a rough idea of what will happen in case you die. So because you have taken this term plan, your family will get this amount, and out of that amount there will be three parts, and each of three parts will serve some purpose. Now the next thing is step 2. What happens if you survive? If you survive, you must be investing this 63,489 rupees anyways, and that will become 40 lakh rupees in next 20 years. So you can see that in both the cases, if you die or if you survive, in both the cases your child education needs are covered. Now understand that in case of survival, we are assuming that you are able to meet those regular expenses yourself. This 50,000 rupees which you had filled and this 1 crore, this is only when you are not there and your family has to arrange for it. In case you survive, then it is assumed that the regular expenses are provided by you. And for higher education, this 40 lakhs rupees will be generated by this yearly investment. So this was the numbers as per this example. Just fill in your numbers and see that how the numbers change. For example, if I change this 20 to 15, the numbers and the graph changes. The whole strategy changes. If I change, let's say, this yearly education requirement to say 20,000 rupees for example, and let us say that I assume a very small return, then you can see that this whole numbers changes. Now I should be taking 1 crore 19 lakh rupees term plan, and I should be investing 1.62 lakh rupees yearly. So just play with this calculator, just put in your numbers and you can get a good idea of how much term plan you should take and how much investment you should do. So now you can see that with the help of this tool, you are able to create your child policy yourself, which has almost all the features which a regular child plan has in the market. And the best thing about this plan is that it has a lot of advantages. For example, you have complete control of every bit here. If you want to stop your term plan at some point of time, you can do that. If you want to reduce or increase your investment, you can do that. If you want to take out the money and for some emergency purpose, still you can do that. But all these flexibilities are missing in a regular child plan, and the charges are extremely high there. So just play with the numbers and enjoy this tool. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being a Wealth Club member, Jago Investor Wealth Club. Thanks a lot.